is there anything that you can learn from it? Just kind of to reflect back on the Orange Blossom Classic.
If we can do the things that we need to do, we'll be successful. The game last year was all self-inflicted stuff. I mean, every single thing that happened to us, all of those things we've had to reevaluate, and we're going to do those things differently this year. And so with our team, we understand that the focus has to be on doing the little things right. You know, that second F in our program is fundamentals. And so those are habits. Those are the little things that it takes to be successful. And so we got to really, really focus on that because the talent is there. And if we do that, we feel like there's not a team on our schedule that can beat us toe to toe if we do those little things right. And so that's the takeaway from last year's game. That's the takeaway from North Carolina as well. It was the same thing. It was self-inflicted wounds that started, in the summertime and transitioned into, the certification process. Some were in our control, some weren't. But we got to control the things that are in our control, and that's our focus and our preparation. So, again, the game happened.
Brett for Miller with the bases loaded in the seventh.
No, don't ask me all these stupid ass fucking questions. No. In the fuck. God, all these fucking stupid ass questions every fucking night. Why the fuck would I hit Brett for fucking Miller? Miller started the fucking game. He's playing against left-handed fucking pitchers. Brett is not playing against left-handed pitchers. Why the fuck would I bat for Miller? You think I'm a goddamn fool? I'm tired of all these ass questions every night. And stay out here asking all these dumb ass questions. Stupid. Sucker. Ask me that stupid ass shit every motherfucking night. Stupid ass shit. Fucking shit. I'm not taking no shit off you guys. I'm not taking no shit off the fucking players. I'm sick and tired. I'm fed up with every fucking thing. No shit from you guys, no shit from you fucking players. And they can do any motherfucking thing they want to do. I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit. Now, put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it. Try to be fucking nice and courteous, and you cocksuckers take advantage of the situation.
Taking advantage of the situation.
I'm trying to be a fucking nice guy.
That's what I get from tonight.
Goddamn night.
Right.
Well, it's the last fucking night.
It's the last night. You heard him. You heard what he said. Y'all trying to take advantage of the situation. Tired of this shit. Good evening. Good evening. I made it home, y'all, from Atlanta. Me and Brex. Atlanta. So, see, this is the real deal. Real deal. Okay, what you got?
Pikachu GSU necklace.
Pikachu and JSU. Uh-oh. Okay. What you repping?
Pikachu and JSU.
Let me see the JSU at the same time. Big D win.
Not the little one.
Ooh, okay. You know you're supposed to be in bed, so go over there and be quiet for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Go ahead. Ooh, y'all. Okay, yeah. Let me put that on there. Put that on there. What you thought we was gonna? Yeah. What you thought? You thought we was gonna hide or something? Okay. Yeah, boy, man, what? There's a lot of folks in here running their mouth. I have never seen that many. I didn't even know they existed. Hey, y'all. It's good to finally meet y'all. You know, I didn't even know y'all existed. I didn't see y'all when y'all beat us in Jackson. I didn't see none of y'all. Where y'all come from? Where y'all been at? You know, this is gonna be my response, you know, for what, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and then put it on out there. You know, they want to know how I'm doing, how I'm feeling. So let me go ahead and let y'all know.
Asking me, am I okay?
Y'all been asking me. Y'all have been asking me.
Everybody asking me, am I okay?
Am I okay?
Bro, I'm good, bro.
I'm good.
Hey, I'm good. I promise I'm
good.
Hey, like this. I'm straight, bro.
I'm straight. I promise you.
I come here to, you know, pay my respects. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm good, bro. I'm a shit talker. I promise I'm always be straight. I have losses in the back of my head when I'm talking shit. I'm good.
We don't have losses in the back.
Got a couple things to talk about while y'all here today. Hold on. I ain't gonna be here long. This ain't the real show yet.
Yeah, I'm good. You want to know how I'm doing? I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. No, but seriously, no, I am good. And I think a lot of us are going to be good. Tomorrow will be good. We're going to go over the show, go over a recap. Hopefully, maybe, possibly Mr. Ford will join us and a couple of others. So I want to just start out by saying congratulations to the Alabama State Hornets and Coach Madlock and his son, Mr. Madlock Jr. That's a great storyline that folks from that school should be focusing on, which is there's a father and son duo that will be heading to do the big dance. It's a lot of folks who was sitting on the couch. A lot of folks who, if the made those changes, they wouldn't even be in Atlanta. They Atlanta if they didn't make them changes. I'm just saying. But Mad Dog Matlock. All right. So, you know, y'all gonna keep it real cute. You gotta keep it cute, especially if you ain't been in the field. Now, there's certain folks from Bama State, they be in the field, but it's weird for folks to have the energy and it's either not your school or we never seen you before. We don't know you, meaning you never came across our. For all we know, you could be a troll. You probably didn't even go to Bama State. You could have just created an account and started talking noise. Now, what I do think is real funny is that the folks that we sent home and beat by 20 plus points, they're louder than the Bama State fans. The Bama State fans is a couple of them, but it's like folks that we sent home mollywopped across the head real good in football, mollywopped across the head real good in the basketball tournament. They was the loudest. Mind you, that's a coach that they didn't even want to give 3-year they didn't even want to give him a 3-year deal. They gave him a 1-year deal. Didn't even believe in the AD. The AD made a. You know the T-Mobile is so I can call my daddy. You don't need it because we're at home, so it'll connect to the internet. Like what? Y'all didn't even want Coach Query. You better hope somebody don't snatch him up. You'll be over there looking sad again. You wouldn't even be in the conversation. You didn't even think he was good enough to give a 3-year deal to. Trying to be petty. Stop. Head on the swivel. I want to say congratulations to the SWAC office because, baby, Atlanta, Cash App me something. I don't know who WC is. Send me a Cash App and then I'll find it. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit here with my hands out, just talking, waiting for Mr. Ford to get here. Listen, when I tell you it is lights out for the SWAC tournament to be in Atlanta, Georgia. A lot of folks were kind of like, why would you have it in Atlanta? There's no SWAC teams there. And we're going to have to see is the reason why it was damn near a sold out crowd. Is it because it was Jackson State versus Alabama State? So we're going to see in the event that Jackson State doesn't make the finals next year, or in the event that it's not Alabama State, because Jackson State and Alabama State definitely was deep in there. And then, excuse me, y'all. My son, he took a small nap. Oh, God. Why is this doing this to me?
The internet?
Yeah.
How's it working on your stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Why is my stuff connected to the internet?
I don't know, baby. I don't have time for this. You must have broke it. Here,
I didn't break it.
turn it off and then restart it. Shut it down and then restart it. Try that. Here, just use my phone. Here, just use my phone. No, just use my phone. All right. Sorry, y'all. Me and Brax just got back from Atlanta, so just leave it. Go use my phone. Who's talking about attendance? The MEAC folks is over there going off about their venue. I don't know why they're going off about. I mean, SWAC schools have never been necessarily a basketball school, but the Dream, the Atlanta Dream, that place, it only holds 5,000 people in there. I want to say there was 4,650 people in there. It was damn near at capacity. And the venue was very nice. The food was nice. The concessions were really good. Y'all folks be hating. That's what it is, really and truly. I'm dead ass. I'm not even trying to be funny, but some of y'all folks just be finding something to hate about. Like talking about the attendance. The Dream only holds. You don't need the T-Mobile thing. Just call. My son got me off my square. No, I think the capacity is 5,000. They said, let me look at this. Let me look at the final Jackson State men's basketball. Let's look at that. Oh, no, it says, okay, so it says 3,500. It says the Atlanta Dreams home arena Gateway Center has a capacity of 5,000 for events like concerts and convocations, and 3,500 specifically for Dream basketball. Well, so it was over capacity. Let me see. Let me look at the counts. To your room, please, sir. Thank you. Okay. Okay, then put this down then. You don't need this. You don't need this. You know it's time for you to go to bed, sir. Tread lightly. Mm-mm. All right, let's look at this box score. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe that was for all of the whole days. Ladarius is in here trolling like his sister didn't just put him on Front Street yesterday. These men have no shame. Right. Braxton get kind of quaky. Okay. So it was actually 3,154 at the Gateway Center. You know what? The HBCU sports people on Twitter, they put some type of capacity on there. I don't even know where they be getting their numbers from. Lord, help them, please. All right. So let's talk about this. I'm going to say this. this was a defense game. Like, good Lord, it was some hard defense. When we talk about percentages, it's like night and day from the game against Bethune-Cookman. Like Bethune-Cookman, they were shooting over 60% from the 3-point line. 60%. And it was kind of like night and day, right? So once again, I apologize about that attendance. So the attendance was 3,154. The capacity is 35, like Nephew said. So, but it was, what I will say is this, like that particular venue, the SWAC knew what they needed to do. They knew based off of the numbers at previous SWAC tournaments, they knew what size venue that they needed. And I loved it. The food was really good. The bathrooms were clean.
Cleaner than you, sweet.
Everybody was polite and nice. Fabulous venue. You know, and you know what? That type of venue for even a SWAC school like that size, I wouldn't even mind having something like that. That's how nice it was. It just had a nice setup. But night and day when we talk about Jackson State's ability to convert. And I talked a little bit about the Alabama State's team versus Grambling, and then I read off some of those players that I felt were going to have a huge impact on the game, and those actually turned out to be some of the big-time players that made big-time plays for Alabama State. It is a great environment, and I feel like, so I had my son with me this weekend, so it was kind of like a mommy-son weekend and all things Jackson State. And so I didn't get a chance to like go to any day parties or evening parties. So I really don't know what that particular environment was like, whether or not it was successful or not. I know that they had some sponsors. They had like a HBCU block party with a DJ, with giveaways. So that was really nice to see. The hotels are really, really nice. That's right there at the Gateway Center Arena. Breakfast is included. My son and I actually stayed at the same hotel as some of the basketball teams from SWAC. So, you know, nice. And then it's right there by the airport and where a lot of like access to restaurants and stuff is. Gas station right down the street. Oop. How many more they got to go? How many rings does Alabama State have versus Jackson State? Jackson State got 174. Alabama State, y'all got to catch up. And so I think for that amazing, you know, out the park, I want to see this grow. I love the fact that they tapped into the high schools. I want to see them possibly tap into high school bands in Georgia as well. Got to tap into those bands. 128 after yesterday. All right, let's break the game down. Let me copy and paste this. And Mr. Ford, if you are in the chat, don't be over here just watching all night long and then come towards the end. Come up here now. All right. Y'all want to know the names of the referees? Errol Lewis, Sean Seals, and Lucas Santos. All right. So Alabama State actually had a 19-15 record, 12-6 in the SWAC. Jackson State had 16-18 record, 14-4 in the SWAC. So CJ Hines, well, let me do the percentages because I think the percentages really tells the story. So Alabama State shot 33.8% field goal from the 3-point range, 31%, and free throws 63.6%. So I'm not going to say that either one of the teams had trash stats in terms of their percentages, but that's how you know that it was a defensive game, right? Mind you, Jackson State just was shooting 61% from the 3-point range. And so from the field goal range, Jackson State was at 37%, 3-point range 29.4%, free throws 73.3%. Braxton, come get the phone. Turnovers, Lord. All right, bench points 9 bench points for Jackson State. Second chance points 7, points in the paint 28, points off turnovers 8. Mind you, the main things that I saw, they shut down Grant, which a lot of times Grant was getting, we can play the little semantics game on whether or not he was getting fouled and wasn't getting calls or not. But I'm going to just say, instead of saying that he didn't get the calls to go his way, I'll say that he was had some contested balls underneath the basket, right? And so instead of getting a foul call a couple of times, it became interference. Like, what are we doing here? Not once, but twice. What is this? What are we doing? Where's the foul call? Why are you slapping his hands? Okay. I'm not going to say. I will say that it was some balls that were put up underneath the basket that were, going through heavy traffic. I'll put it like that, right? I'm going to just say that. We're going to put it like that lightly, which is that happened. In the first half, they were feeding Grant the ball and he was making those points, and then they shut him down in the second half. As people pointed out in the chat, injuries. So Kivion Hunt went down, and then Mitchell. Mitchell is one of our biggest contributors off the bench. I will say this. I didn't like the fact that they didn't feed Reyna the ball. Reyna. Now, I've seen Reyna. He's a shooter. He can definitely hit some threes. But it all came down to not being able to substitute. I'm not a basketball coach. Coach has played his starting 5 for a lot of games that you see. They have had a lot of minutes for several different games, right? This game, they needed consistent fresh. And I'm guessing that he just didn't want to get into the bench. And I feel like you should have gotten to the bench. Reyna, a little turnover prone. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just talking facts. Ruffin turned the ball over a lot yesterday. He did. He turned the ball over. And like I said, sometimes Ruffin will be on and he'll shoot 7 or 8 threes if you give him the ball. Same with Mitchell, same with McMillan. Everybody has a chance to get hot, right? So with that being said, when you have a chance to get hot, whoever's getting hot, that's who you need to be throwing the ball to. So I feel like Reyna should have got the ball more. And he was open a couple of times.
Where's the air? Oh,
Reyna should have definitely.
why do you have the air on 71? Put it on 69. There we go.
Come close this door.
Put it on, Daddy.
We also missed a lot of, you can't miss. And you know what? That's kind of like out of character to miss some of those. Like Shannon Grant at the line is a bucket. You automatically know he's going to get his 2. Ruffin he I want to say a couple of times he was driving the ball. See, Ruffin is the type of player where you need him on there because he's going to break. He's going to break for the basket. He doesn't care how many people there could be 3 or 4 defenders right there in the paint. He's going to take it up there and he's going to try to make you break your ankles and he's going to take it. It's like, wait a minute. He's over here trying to zoom. I mean, we saw him do it versus Bethune-Cookman and several other teams. So it's not like we haven't seen him do it. But some days you can make those fall and sometimes you can't. The thing with Grant, so I remember in the pre-show, I was telling you about Steven Walker. He's the one that's 6'10". He had 5 points, but basically he was in the paint to keep the folks from coming into the paint and scoring. I noticed right away that when we talk about a tale of 2 teams, it's night and day. With Alabama State versus Grambling State, it's pretty consistent on their percentages for free throws, pretty consistent for their percentages for field goal percentages from 3-point. Like that is consistent. And we should have dug deep, and you should have, man. I'm trying to think of what we could have done differently. I'm kind of like Coach Mo. He's like, can somebody drop in my Twitter when Grambling's coach said that thing at the SWAC Media Day? Because that's what Coach Mo wanted to say. He didn't say it, but that's what he wanted to say. Y'all, get that clip. Oh yeah, missed layups. Oh my God. There was Deshaun Ruffin was getting ready to pretend like he was driving it, and he did an alley-oop to Grant. Grant missed it. There was nothing we could do once the 3 started falling. Hey, we could have done something. We were doing something. They just turned over a couple of them baskets, and then we didn't get the free throws. Coach Mo said calls didn't go our way. I would like for somebody to drop what the Grambling coach said during the SWAC media call. He said it. He said what we all want to say. Ruffin had too many turnovers. But I said this last night, and it's just the honest to God truth. So when Jackson State and the team was playing yesterday, they were playing for a basketball championship. Alabama State is playing for football, basketball, 10 to 15 years worth of wins and losses, the Dion situation, losing, not winning. Like, these kids are playing for so much stuff other than just the SWAC championship. The fans, Mo left us. He left us. There's so much stuff that Bama State is playing for, whereas Jackson State is literally playing for a SWAC basketball championship and a chance to go to the big dance. I'm not going to say that necessarily that they wanted it more, but their drive is different. Like, they have so much weighing on their shoulders. And not only that, if you went to the game yesterday, baby, it was like, and I'm not saying that everybody was against Jackson State, but like, it was Bama State, and then There was 2 sections of Bama State, but then the rest of it that you would see that would, and then there was a section for Jackson State, and Bama and Jackson State was mixed into the middle. The rest of it was just folks from the SWAC that came to check out the championship game. And we do need to be clear about this. So the beef for Deion and Alabama State happened when Alabama State beat Deion in the spring, and they put Deion on the screen, the must be the money picture. And you know, it was like, oh, you want to play like that. Oh, so that's how you feel, huh? That's how you feel. So then that was one. And then that, you know what's crazy is that wasn't even, I want to say that wasn't even Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. That wasn't him that did that. That was the previous regime. Yeah, that wasn't even Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. that did that. That was the previous. I'm not going to say it was the previous coach that actually did it, but there was a different coach that was there when that happened. It wasn't him. Then, so that year, so then the next year, Alabama State would have had to have came to us, right? I want to say it got kind of chippy that time too. Not to that level, right? Not to that level. Jackson State has played Alabama State 19 times, winning 10 games and losing 9. The first matchup being a 19-13 win for Jackson State on October 2026. The longest win streak was 4 games. So basically, oh, okay, I get it. So that's what happened. So we played them. At home the following year, and we won 28-7. Then in 2022 is when we went for their homecoming and we beat them 26-12. And that's when, I don't know what was transpired, what was said, something smart was said or whatever, but that's when the whole he ain't SWAC happened. Right. The following year, y'all get us for homecoming. This year, we came, and I was there at the Gump in the field, and baby, we beat y'all at home, and then that big ass fight happened. Do we play them for homecoming? And we play them for homecoming this year. So it's just kind of like a running, it's a running rivalry. But what I will say is that it comes with the territory. And you know me, I don't mind going back and forth banter with anybody. I really don't. But when you get disrespectful or I don't know you and you coming at me sideways, I'm going to block you. I don't have time for that foolishness. There's only a couple of folks that, you know, I've only seen a couple of folks. I was like, who are all these damn people from? Who are you? You know what? It could have actually been somebody from another school. It might not have even been anybody from Alabama State. Yeah, everybody want to be our rival. I don't know. I don't know. I was told that Alabama State been fighting before Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. took over at the helm. I know they said they was spitting at that game. They was mad. But you know, It's just a part of it. It's a part of it, right? So now that Alabama State has won in basketball, that makes every other sport highly contested. So now you got baseball, you got softball, you have and coming next year you have golf, which Jackson State won for like 20 damn years in a row. And this is the real tea, is the Jackson, and I'm not trying to be haughty. I promise you I'm not trying to be arrogant. But this is what happens, and this kind of takes the air out of a win like this, which is when Jackson State wins, you're going to hear about it. I love, guard the yard. We got this, blah, blah, blah. When Jackson State lose, you're going to hear about Jackson State. Today, the majority of the conversations was about Jackson State. And I'm not going to say that it shouldn't be, but you take the air out of your win when you focus on Jackson State, because guarantee you, if Jackson State would have won, which we're trending anyway, but if we would have won, we wouldn't have been talking about Alabama State. We've been talking about Jackson State. Where are we going to go? What seed are we? How are we going to get there? Are we getting the bus? Where are we going? Like, and, you know, we don't know. There is a invitational that's taking place in Charlotte. It actually, I want to say, starts not this week, but next week. Not this coming week, but the week after. Let me see. The Black College Invitational Championship is March 20th through the 30th. So that is actually this. It starts this Thursday, coming Thursday. And shoot, I mean, I'm not saying that Jackson State is going to be chosen to participate, but what I'm saying is that we're going to be in the field trying to figure out, okay, how we getting to Charlotte? Who coming to Charlotte? Charlotte lit. Come to North Carolina. And bigging up our team. I mean, it is what it is. Grambling got an invite, I think. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't heard anything. So did they do a thing on there? Did they do that yet? Did they do a show? It says high quality. Oh, I think it's 8 men's team and 8 women's team. Did they post it yet? I think it might be based off of, I don't know actually what it's based off of. The 8C Gremlin. Someone posted on Twitter. Why would you? Who said that? Someone posted on Twitter. Now, why would y'all do that? They making sure South Carolina State win, huh? No, I'm just kidding. I don't see it. Oh no. So they don't actually have a BCIC page. So that's on the women's side. So
You said you did at the house.
Oh, okay. So I think he means the women's team. I think he means the women's team. It says definitely interested to see how the Black College Invitational does the basketball aspect, that is still not understanding the selection process and how they arrived at the teams that accepted. I don't know. You know what? I'll let Jerome, whenever Jerome comes, I'll let him explain it. What the determination is, how do you select who's gonna come and who's not? I'm not really privy to that information. So I'm not really sure how that selection process goes. That's crazy though. Usually they know by like Sunday because the game is on Thursday. Literally. Okay, somebody sent me something. Wait, sent me something where? Sorry. My son has my stuff. So basically, the SMEAC and SWAC is on Friday. MEAC versus SWAC, MEAC versus SWAC. So the men's and the women's, I'm guessing, one's at 12 and one's at 6. And then Sunday is the MEAC versus SWAC championship at 12. Mm-hmm. It's just one game. So we'll see. Let me look up the NIT. Or we could just pull up all the brackets. Damn, their games are on Tuesday. Good Lord. All right. So the NIT hasn't been released yet. It says putting the finishing touches on the bracket broadcast schedule. But while we do that, just want to let you know we've got a great field to be announced. I don't know. Y'all, I'm not even gonna be lie to you. This year, outside of the NCAA and the WNIT, or some of these brackets are kind of disorganized. They're not out yet. Someone proposed a SWAC MEAC challenge basketball edition, and I'm here for it. It would be South Carolina State versus Jackson State, wouldn't it? Look at you, Mr. Haynes. Jackson State versus South Carolina State. See? Listen, this is the problem, right? So let's just say hypothetically that it is Jackson State versus South Carolina State. South Carolina State is going to be playing for the loss that they took at the Celebration Bowl, the loss that they took at the MEAC SWAC Challenge, the fact that they won in 2021 and nobody talked about them. Like, they're going to be playing for more, so you got to keep your head on the swivel. Like, they're going to be playing for a whole bunch of stuff. Mo, you got to play for all of it now. Like, you better, hey, y'all get your ankles taped up. They're gonna be playing for everything, okay? Ooh. Anybody got a good NCAA bracket going? No. Let's see who made it in. I do know this. On the men's side, I want to say that the men's side, they are a 16 seed. All right. So this is the who Alabama State is going to be playing. St. Francis Red Flash. So they are actually a 4 seed. In their perspective, they are a 4 seed in their perspective conference. They were 8-8 in conference, 16-17 overall, 10-4 at home, 6-13 away, and they had a 6-game win streak. They have Chicago State, Lemoyne, Wagner, Stonehill, FDU, Mercyhurst, LIU, and Central Connecticut in their perspective conference. So that is that, right? Let me see if I can find first 4. Why do they got San Diego State on here? I'm trying to see who is it that Norfolk has to play Florida. They said, let me go ahead and get y'all up out of here. We don't need y'all causing havoc. Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, how you feeling?
Oh Lord, Mr. Ford. I asked for a late checkout. That's number one. I went, first of all, God started crying as soon as the game ended. It just opened the skies. He was just as upset as everybody else. The storm, the lightning. Me and Brax, we walked from our hotel to the place because it's like literally not even a 5-minute walk. And it started raining, so I had to call an Uber. I had to pay $30, damn near $30 for an Uber to literally go 2 minutes down the road. But it had started storming.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But Mr. Ford, we're gonna just have to stay tuned because I feel like we might be playing a postseason game.
Yeah. Now have they? What about the people in? There's a tournament in Charlotte, right?
Yeah, that's right up my alley. I ain't got to do nothing but go down the way, an hour and 30 minutes, and I'll actually be able to possibly be able to work because Braxton will be dropped off. That's perfect.
So have they brought out the brackets for the Charlotte tournament?
So there's a couple of things. Apparently, the actual selection show is not going to be till tomorrow, but whoever's been selected, they already know, right? So they've already accepted or whatever. And so we're just going to find out tomorrow. I'm wondering, that would mean the majority of the people that participate are obviously going to be driving, right, to Charlotte. So the name of the Black College, it's called Black College Invitational Championship. And they are going to have, it's going to start on Thursday at the Bojangles Coliseum. And it's going to be CIAA versus SWAC. And then SWAC versus MEAC. So the SWAC versus MEAC starts on Friday. at 12. So that would be the girls' game. And then at 6 p.m. for the men's game.
Right. Okay.
Which you would want for it to be competitive, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So allegedly the Grambling girls team was invited.
Okay. Okay.
What do you think about that?
Well, I'm happy about the tournament. I'm all for it now. As far as, I'm just so glad they're having it. That's how I feel about it right now. I'm just glad. Because we've talked about this years earlier about a tournament like this. I just wish we had our teams like Norfolk and all of them in it. I wish they were in it. So somebody asked, did they skip Alabama A&M's girls? Mr. Motor, can you hear me? Hey, can anybody hear me? Okay, she's frozen. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you can't hear me? Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I wish that our other Norfolk and Alabama State and all of them was in it. Right, yeah. I see that frozen. I was coming back from South Georgia today. I saw the Alabama State 2 buses headed down to Montgomery today. They were on Interstate I-80. Was it Interstate 85? Yeah. I didn't. Well, I know that was very controversial about that. You remember, was it Mansell and somebody pushed him in the back and they waved it off? I know that was but I'm gonna say I thought that. Now let me say this: I only saw the last 7 minutes of the game between Alabama State and Jackson last night, but I was really impressed. I thought it was a hard-fought game last night. I was really impressed last night. SWAC basketball has gone to another level. Okay, do you remember the black college? Let's see, black played back. Let's see now, the Black College All-Star Bowl. Let's see, East, West, Black. I think I remember the one from 78 to 82.
Mr. Ford, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh.
Mr. Ford?
Yeah, how you doing, Brett?
Good. My mom's wearing my chain. Wait, she's only supposed to wear it for 15 minutes.
Huh?
Only said you could wear that for 15 minutes.
You supposed
Oh
to
yeah, yeah, yeah. Miss Whitley, I said you said did I? Yeah, I saw the crowd. Now, what were the numbers? What was the attendance last night?
3,100 and something.
What was it?
3,100 and something.
Oh, okay.
I forget the final
3,000. Okay.
numbers, but it was 3,000. It says that the arena holds 3,500
Okay, so the arena holds 3,500.
when it's a
Basketball.
All right, cool. So Mr. Ford, I'm sorry. My computer just abruptly stopped randomly.
Right.
What did you right now we're talking about the Black College Invitational, right?
Yeah.
So we'll just find out tomorrow, right?
Yeah, right. We'll find out tomorrow.
Rome says that no HBCUs received an NIT invite.
Well, I kind of expected that. They changed some of the rules about the NIT, and so I kind of expected none of our schools would be invited to the NIT. That's why I'm glad about this tournament in Charlotte. The only thing about the one in Charlotte, I wish Norfolk State and Alabama State and all of them was in it. Let them have that tournament, that NCAA.
They need the money though. They need the money.
Listen, let them have their own tournament. It's time for separation. I wish we could have our own tournament.
We are having our own tournament.
Yeah, but I'm saying I wish we could have our best teams there.
Southern said they want to come to the Queen City.
Oh, they coming?
I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. Is it going to be Jackson State? Is it going to be Southern? Who is it going to be? Do you pick the one that was number 1 overall?
I guess.
Hey, Brother Jerome.
Hey, D, I love y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey, man.
Good.
I was thinking, Brother Jerome, I was thinking about you when I saw South Carolina State got that R2 status and Virginia State got that R2 status. I was thinking about you.
Oh yeah. Well, let me ask you, how did y'all enjoy the tournament yesterday?
Now listen, I got to admit, y'all, I only saw the last 7 minutes of the second half.
Oh, you ain't go?
I was inside. I had a funeral yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I loved it. I love the venue.
I did. The last 7 minutes, I thought it was hard fought.
What you think about them refs and those calls, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, I was just saying, I know that it was a lot of controversy about, remember Mansell, they gave him an alley-oop and the guy pushed him in the back and they waved it up.
What happened, Mr. Ford? What happened? What you
think? They gave him an alley-oop and looked like the guy from Alabama State pushed him in the back, right?
Yeah.
He had to hold on
and
to
they waved the basket off, didn't they?
Yes, they sure did.
Yeah. I remember that. I saw that part.
They said the SWAC commissioner was mad that Jackson State lost.
Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, they were the higher seeded team, weren't they?
Yeah, we got the more high profile coach and the better fan base, the better band, the better institution, the better brand, the better everything. So I get his frustration.
Yeah, I thought y'all was gonna get the trifecta there. Listen, I thought y'all was gonna be football champions, basketball champions, and maybe baseball champions. I told Doc, I said, somebody look up and see when the last time that was done in the SWAC. I thought y'all was gonna go for the trifecta.
Oh yeah.
Maybe next year.
You're right. Hey, y'all. Now you already ground zero for football, so you're gonna be ground zero for basketball.
Coming in. Oh my God. I said we got some shooters coming in. You got Mo's son coming in.
Oh yeah.
So we got a father-son duo coming in. Our own.
Now what kind? You got the centers and forwards coming in. Now tell me this. Mansell, is it over for him?
Mansell and Grant is done.
They done. Okay. All right.
That's why it'll be nice to see them in Charlotte, possibly. But I was telling them if we did it, who you think it is? South Carolina State, possibly.
Yeah.
It might be South Carolina. I said
listen, they came out of nowhere because nobody expected South Carolina State to have this kind of a season. They came out of nowhere.
Listen, South Carolina State versus Jackson State. Jackson State has to realize that when these folks come to play us, they are playing for more than just the sport that they're actually competing in. South Carolina State's going to be playing for the Celebration Bowl.
Yes, they are.
Challenge that they lost.
Yeah.
The 2021 championship that they won, but they didn't get the accolades and the notoriety from beating Jackson State. Coach Mo got to realize, which I'm sure he does now, is just based off of the reaction, is that when we play, some of these teams are playing us for like holding like grudges from other stuff. And
like Jerome just said, you're a high profile school. So they're gonna get up to you now. I mean,
Don't forget
you are
about
everybody's
that.
Super Bowl and you are everybody's NBA championship.
Hey, don't forget about that 2023 MEAC SWAC challenge.
Yeah, that's what I said. The MEAC SWAC
Yeah.
challenge and the it's not a game. South Carolina State is coming with that, and they almost beat Norfolk State, and you know how good.
And I'm shocked about that. I you know,
when it's that championship game, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Norfolk.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. And I was gonna say Norfolk looked kind of shaky in that semifinal game too. Was it Morgan or Howard that they played in the semifinal and they barely won that game?
It was Morgan.
Yeah. So I think they were just real tired in that tournament. I've seen South Carolina State play. They're pretty decent, but I think if Norfolk was on their A game and really fresh, it wouldn't have been this close.
Yeah, because I listen. I still say the shock of the year is this South Carolina State team. I didn't know nothing, you know. Oh man, but congratulations to South Carolina State. You had a great year.
I did see where Gramblin's women they accepted the invite to Charlotte. No,
the marker throwers. No, just kidding. Not really, but kidding.
I was actually expecting them to go with A&M. A&M's ladies.
Yeah. It's Dawn Thornton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a 20-win season. But they also said, they did say this, which is an invite has to be extended, right? And then that team has to accept.
That's true.
So we don't know
if they accepted it.
Oh yeah, you listen. You know, Miss Thornton's getting to be is that TikTok or something? I see her all the time. They got little things on her, you know, her fashions and stuff. She's getting to be.
Mr. Ford, Roughing the SWAC is not for the weak because you have folks that are. They talking either way. You could look like you're off of the runway, or you could look like you're not from the runway. Either way, they're gonna talk mess. Oh my goodness. They was, you know, trying to say something about her fashion looks, and then, you know, their own coach ended up being on there too. So, you know, I think there's nothing wrong with it. Whatever gets exposure, you know, Dion has his gimmicks that he had to get exposure. So if this is what draws eyes to Alabama A&M, then hey, more power to you.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You gotta win. You gotta win though, right? Because they're gonna come for you. You have to win though.
Oh yeah.
You know how folks are when you don't win. Too busy on a fashion show. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing shade. But I like it, you know. Now
was it people from A&M saying that about her?
No, it wasn't. It was people from like other schools.
Okay.
And by the way, now who's Southern women playing in the tournament?
I thought it was. Let me see.
Is it UConn or somebody?
Wait a minute. We gotta play. They got a playing game, don't they?
Oh, they do?
They're in the first four.
They don't have a first four for women.
I figured they was going to play UConn or South Carolina or somebody.
Please don't do it like that. Can we?
Okay, somebody said University of California, San Diego. Is that true?
Oh, okay. University of California, San Diego. Yeah, that's
a play-in, or what is it?
That should be a playing game.
Yeah, I see it first four. Okay, so if they win that, who will they play next?
Then that's when they'll play the number one seed.
Probably South Carolina, because they want to get us out of it.
South Carolina's all the way across the country. Why would they play them?
Oh, okay. What about
it says the winner will face UCLA.
Oh, you asked. Who's Norfolk State's girls playing first round? Who they play?
Oh, now they nice. I think I want to say they were seeded. Was it 13?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they're Norfolk State is a 13 seed, and they play number 4. Is it Maryland?
Who is it?
They play Maryland in the first round.
Oh, they play Maryland. Okay, all right.
I remember last year when didn't they play? I think they played South Carolina. And
I think I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, they played South Carolina.
They're like they are not a 16 seed. So I'm excited to see that matchup. And then you have Norfolk men's. Of course, they're playing Florida.
I felt like they got seeded too low to give them a 16 seed.
They have to get them up out of here. You can't put Norfolk at a 14 or a 13 seed when the men's. They'll actually win, and then they might win another game.
Yeah, that Florida team is hot too. That Florida men's program, they hot.
You know, Norfolk has some pretty decent out of conference wins, so I was kind of shocked by that.
I mean, we know how they are.
Yeah,
and I thought the women had some big games they won out of conference too.
They did. Know how that goes.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited for tomorrow.
Oh yes, for the Charlotte tournament, right?
I wouldn't say the Charlotte tournament. I would say Jackson State said that they're making an announcement tomorrow. I don't know what the announcement
for real?
is. Yeah, Jackson State Athletics. So I mean, you could just probably say, what is that? What could that possibly be?
I wonder what's going on out there in Jackson.
What they about to announce. So I don't know if that's what it is that they are announcing that they're going to continue. I know that like for me, that's what I think it is. I would have a question though, because they were talking about the different injuries that had took place. Are these injuries that are just a couple of days, or are these injuries? Because I thought Kivion Hunt just had a cramp. I didn't know that he actually injured his leg or something. I thought he just had a cramp or something. That's what I was hoping. So yeah, we're being told to stand by, Mr. Ford.
Oh, okay.
We don't know what it is, but whatever it is, we're gonna be making noise, whatever it is.
Y'all not getting a new football stadium, are you?
No. That would be something that you keep a secret. Champions game should have been today. They can't do championship games today because they have to do the brackets today.
Well, I mean, they do have championships games on Sunday now.
Who? They must have it in the morning.
Well, what's the name? They played today. I watched it. UAB and Memphis State. I mean, Memphis played today.
At 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock or at 12?
I thought it was at 3:30 or 3. And then
wow. Okay.
That
game was late, Mr. Ford.
Yeah. Okay. What about Florida and Tennessee? When was that game?
Florida versus. Is Tennessee still going to compete though, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, was that today? Was Florida and Tennessee today?
Yeah, Florida 86, Tennessee 77. That was today too. So maybe they do have last minute games.
Yeah, they do. I know they do.
I liked the game on Saturday because that means that you'll be able to go. If you got to work on Monday, it's going to be hard for you to come. I like the game on Saturday.
Yeah, I do too.
The new stadium stuff has ship has sailed. Which so I don't know why they keep.
When you say ship has sailed, as in it's over, or what do you mean when you say ship has sailed?
It means that they get this out of the way so that when they rerun, they say, "Well, you know, I introduced this bill." They was never going to give us a new stadium. We're supposed to be asking for money for upgrades and money for infrastructure.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. So, Mr. Ford, what do you think about the overall basketball season?
I thought SWAC basketball has improved, men and women. I think there's parity. I like the coaches we have. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought that Prairie View underachieved. I thought they underachieved. I was shocked by how well Alcorn girls did in that tournament because I really hadn't even thought about Alcorn's girls, and I thought they did a good job. I'm surprised that Alabama State's girls program seemed like it's fallen.
What has fallen?
Not Alcorn. I mean Alabama State's girls program. Yeah.
And I think it's one of those things about also retaining talent, right? To build off of.
Oh yeah.
So for instance,
everything now is 1-year contract.
If you can retain the talent, then you have a team to build up off of. Like when you have to go back and start all over, I'll say that the MVP, of course, for me, as far as like being able to build a team, was Jackson State women's team. For her to be able to build that type of roster and have that type of season, I don't think anybody could have, like, as far as naysayers or would have said that Jackson State would have been able to compete at that high level, bringing in all new girls. Outside of, I think one of the girls that was on the team, but she was on the team as like either a trainer or something like that, or an assistant. Outside of that, Coach Richards did an awesome job, putting that team together.
She did. She did a great job.
It'll be interesting to see if she's able to recruit at that high level. Coach Price, one of her coaches, he's no longer there at Jackson State, but he was responsible for recruiting Talia Dilworth.
Okay. Was that the girl from Kentucky State? That's not the young lady that came from Kentucky State, right?
I don't think so. Let me see.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You say Kentucky State. You mean Kentucky State is in the HBCU Kentucky State?
Yeah, remember that was a girl transferred to Jackson.
She did come from Kentucky State. You right.
Oh, she did. Okay.
SWAC player of the year, SWAC newcomer of the year.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So when's the next signing day for basketball? Is it in April?
That's a good question. You're asking all the right questions, of which I have none of the answers for. What would that be? A national signing day for basketball?
Yeah, is it April?
April 16th.
April 16th.
Regular signing period for basketball.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Jerome, are you guys having parties? I want to say they're trying to do kind of
events. Yeah, quite a few events coming up this week. I can send you the link for the full list of events. I think there's a golf tournament.
Well, I saw the golf tournament. I saw that. I think it said that it was sold out. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them are already sold out.
Yeah, I believe it's a step show. Quite a few day parties. Yeah, I can send you the link. One second.
It's going to be on HBCU Go, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I heard. Somebody said it last night. So I'll be watching. And Bro Jerome, have you met with Jackson State's president yet? Have you had that private audience?
Yeah, we speak maybe once or twice a month.
Oh, okay.
But if he comes to the Charlotte this weekend, if Jackson State is here and he comes, it'll be great to meet him in person.
Right. Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh, they already have the process up here.
Now, is the CIAA tournament going to return to Charlotte anytime soon, or what's going on with that?
I think Baltimore got them wrapped around their finger. For how
long?
It should be for the foreseeable future as much as they do for them.
At least the next 5 years?
I did see that Charlotte was trying to bid for them, but I think it would be a disservice for the CIAA to return to Charlotte.
Why?
Because of the way that they, number one, the way that they treated the patrons that come there, or just even Black people. That's when I was living in the city of Charlotte. Like, it's totally different than how they treat patrons when the race car people come. They put like surcharges at restaurants.
Price gouging.
Red Roof Inn, $300. They focus more so on the celebrities that would go there, that would come to Charlotte. They would focus more so on those and the parties than the actual basketball. I feel like the CIAA tournament in Baltimore, they are more welcoming. They actually did an app during the CIAA tournament that listed all of the minority businesses. And the minority businesses like basically said, if you show tickets for the game, you get certain discounts. And I'm just not, I like Charlotte too. Charlotte is a really nice city, but in terms of how they treated, how the businesses treated them, how they talked about them, it's like, why are you trying to get CIAA to return if it was so bad?
Oh yeah.
Because you want the money. You weren't treating the people.
Hey, did you get a chance to talk with the commissioner last night?
Me? I didn't even have credentials. I had Braxton.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
Yeah, I had Braxton with me. So I didn't even get credentials for the SWAC championship.
Right.
There's a lot of folks with media credentials. I've never seen them before. So, yeah. Somebody said, did Southern reject their bid to the NIT? They're not listed on there as one of the 32 teams. So I'm guessing with the NIT, they have done away with automatic bids. Is that right?
Yeah. I don't think any of our schools got an invitation to the NIT.
Why did they do that?
I'd have to ask. I don't think any of our schools got an invitation.
Nope. They didn't. I just saw like North Texas, SMU, a whole bunch of.
Yeah, because they changed some rules about that NIT this year.
The same way they changed the FCS National Championship.
Yeah, it's.
Mr. Ford, I had some people come up to me and they told me directly that they enjoy listening to you on the show.
No. No.
Mm-hmm. They said, "Oh, she loves Lee." I was like, "Yes." They was like, "Oh, I watch your show all the time, and I love listening to Mr. Ford."
Tell them thank you.
I said, "Oh, I went on a break."
Thank you.
Break.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Ford.
What
do you think is going to happen at Tennessee State?
I gave Doc the other night my choice for that job, but they saying they're gonna cut that salary, so
they thought 400,000 was too much, and I'm just like, you guys are in the OVC for one. You're not in an HBCU conference. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You guys don't want to be in an HBCU conference, so why are you guys trying to pay HBCU wages?
Well, I think they're gonna do that because.
And they were like, "Oh, we gave them." I got into a whole like discussion on Twitter because what I said was that he's been looking as of late a way out. Basically, when Dr. Glover announced that she was retiring or leaving.
Right. Yeah. He was
I'm
ready to
sure
go.
that he was ready to go, right?
Go,
Because
yeah.
as
'Cause
we all know,
that was her brainchild to bring him in.
right. So as we know, when the president and the AD and the coach are not all aligned, it doesn't work.
Right.
And then
That's
they put
true.
out that statement that he was interviewing for the Chicago Bears.
Right. I remember
and
that.
Then
I remember that.
Different articles about Tennessee State and their budget situation, employee cuts. For some reason, that particular person who was a TSU alum seems to think that athletics isn't going to be affected by the budget cuts at Tennessee State. And I'm like, athletics would be the first thing to go, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's all of our schools are going to feel a budget cut now.
And what do you think they're going to do about the research, like the funding for research? Because that probably, it definitely funds the majority of, not majority, but a lot of our funding, scholarships,
right,
employee contracts, research is directly tied to research dollars. And a lot of things that the HBCUs get is when they gave it to us, they kind of tagged it as, I'm not going to say DEI, but minority in there, which is why I said that the UNCF needs to start renaming everything that they have and take minority out of it.
Well, right now, everything with the government is, the federal government is chaos and confusion. They say one thing and then 24 hours later they change it. So you just have to, wait and see, because we don't know what they're going to do. DC is like schizophrenic right now. The federal government is schizophrenic.
I mean, they just erased off of the Department of Defense the biography of one of the highest ranking Black.
Yeah, the guy was over the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
No, this is somebody else.
Oh, it's another one?
Yep, they've been erasing the stuff. And it was like he had all these Medal of Honor awards and all this, and they deleted him off of there. It's like, wait a minute. They don't have DEI like that in the military. You got to earn your stripes. Especially when he was drafted. He was actually put in a draft.
Well, okay.
So it's interesting to see that.
Yeah. This is it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. Because right now they're putting a lot of veterans out of their jobs.
But you know what? I did see that there is a stay, like a federal judge said you can't let all these people go, right?
Yeah, I think I did see that.
I did see that part.
Is that when they were asking Elon Musk for his papers or something?
His papers? What papers do Elon got to give up?
Because they were asking, how he's going around just saying he want to cut all these jobs. And I thought this judge was asking that he wanted to see what is it you're trying to do. And,
Oh, okay.
I read something about that.
I would like to see a line by line.
Yeah. I mean, what's your end game?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your end game?
So for me, I think that it's a hard time, right? But it's not like we didn't foresee this coming.
Right. There you go.
We literally. So it was Department of Defense has removed Medal of Honor page for Charles Calvin Rogers. He is the highest ranking Black recipient in Vietnam after being wounded 3 times, leading the defense of a position. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Charles Rogers as a brigadier general. Served the nation for over 30 years, wounded 3 times in Vietnam, and they erased his information. So, it is a hard time. So somebody in the chat asked, who do you choose for Tennessee State?
My choice was a guy down here at Georgia State. His name is Damian Craig. Damian played quarterback at Auburn, was on the staff at Texas A&M under Jimbo Fisher. At one time was on LSU staff. And I want to say maybe was on Florida State staff.
Say his name again.
I think it's Damian Craig. He's on the staff at Georgia State. He's working under Dale McGee.
So here's my thing. As a coach, okay, I see. American coach and football player. So here's my thing. He's a wide receivers coach for Georgia State at this point in time.
Okay, I think he's ready for a head coaching job.
Okay, so here's my thing. If you're a coach, do you take this Tennessee State job with all this turmoil going on?
Well, it's an opportunity to be a head coach. Well,
Here's a wild card. What do y'all think about Cam Newton? He has a lot of TSU connections.
Yes, brother played for him.
Yeah, he's been wanting to get into college coaching.
He don't need the money. Does he need that big salary?
No, I don't think he
would have. They would have to continue paying the $400,000.
Yeah,
he would be. Yeah, well, his name would draw a lot of people.
You definitely can't pay him less than $400,000.
Yeah, but listen, Cam Newton at Tennessee State, that would be big.
Yeah, he's got a lot of connections to that school. He normally goes to their homecoming as well.
Yeah. Yes, brother was a center for them, I think, under Rod Reed.
That is interesting.
Yeah, yes, brother was a center there.
See, I don't think that they're looking for a celebrity hire at this point, though. Like the president and the AD at this point, I feel like they're not looking, because I don't know. It just kind of was disrespectful that Eddie George won the OVC this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really speak highly of him like that. Like, he literally won the OVC. What more did you want? I know y'all didn't think he was going to win the national championship.
When you say that, you talking about the alumni or?
Some of the alums, they did not have anything good to say.
I was about to say, now, how some alums, I don't care what you do. You can part the Red Sea and they ain't feeling good about you.
They're like, we don't even watch football like that.
Well, that's true about Tennessee State now. Because I watched the game. I thought it was a big game. And I think it was 1,500 people at the game.
You talking about that first round?
No. Remember they played the game to determine them winning the Ohio Valley? I watched that game. They played Southeast Missouri. It was 1,500. Yeah, and it was 1,500 people at the game.
Including CMO's people?
Yes. That was awful.
Yeah, that is pretty bad. That's less than what we had at the at the SWAC championship yesterday.
You know what? I might be stretching it. I need to check the stats. It might be, it was awful. And the game was to determine whether or not they would win the OVC.
Mm.
Yeah, and it was about 1,500 people up there.
What you think they need to do to turn it around as far as the fan base?
You're in the SWAC.
Yeah, it's either join the SWAC or
join the SWAC. That's it.
I don't know if we got any more.
The Texas Southern qualifies for the SWAC for the WNIT. Howard qualified for the MEAC. Where's the CAA at? Is it not on here? I don't see North Carolina A&T on here.
North Carolina A&T's men's program was awful. You mean
I'm talking about
girls?
the women.
Oh, the women. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because they lost in the tournament, right?
Yeah, but they won their division. Okay,
Yeah, they did.
Alabama A&M is an at-large for the WNIT.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be why they went with Grambling, right? Let me see. So automatic qualifiers is Howard and Texas Southern. I don't see. No. I gotta get off of here. My son is not going to bed. Let me see. I don't see it on here. There's no way North Carolina A&T didn't get an at-large bid, right?
And you know that's the best program they got at A&T right now is that women's program. Everything else is a loser.
I don't see them on here. Maybe I'm overlooking it, but North Carolina A&T not making it. Let me see what their overall was. Colonial Athletic. I don't see them on here. I'm got to be overlooking it though, right?
Oh, they did win bowling, huh? Okay.
In the MEAC.
I think Coastal Carolina's women got in. Are they in the CAA?
Oh, yeah. But Coastal Carolina is in the Sun Belt.
Okay.
It says A&T set to play number 1 seed Virginia Tech in WPIT. There's a different one. It's the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. So they actually are going somewhere else. It's called the WBIT. Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. So it looks like they are going to do something else. Which I've never heard of that one before. But that's cool. Okay, so they'll play Virginia Tech. So that's cool. So the reason why we didn't see them in the WNIT is because they are in the WBIT.
Okay.
The difference between the WBIT and the WNIT is the WBIT tournament consists of 32 teams chosen by the selection committee and is fully owned by NCAA. The WNIT consists of 48 teams and it's privately owned.
Okay.
So that's why Grambling probably accepted the invite, right? Remember, Jerome, when you asked why didn't they do Alabama A&M?
So that's why. So okay.
Because Alabama A&M is on here.
Where are they playing?
Right now it just says it doesn't really say too much of anything at this point. It just says that. Wait, do you know? I think that they can. So with the WNIT, you can bid to have a home game.
Oh,
and
nice.
if you have because this is what so they're probably not going to get I'm not going to say they won't get it, but it's based off basically how many wins you have. So Alabama A&M has a 21-10. So I would think that the automatic qualifiers, no, it's not going to be automatic qualifiers. Well, basically, you could bid to host a game. So maybe Alabama A&M will host. And A&M is not showing on the, no, they're in the WNIT. Alabama A&M is in the WNIT. The North Carolina A&T is in the WBIT. So we have Howard, Texas Southern, and Alabama A&M. And Coppin State.
Oh, Coppin State's in what tournament?
They have at-large bids for the WNIT.
Oh, okay. I saw where Morgan State's coach is retiring. Girls, did you see that?
I did not see that.
Yeah, his name is Ed. Oh, what's Ed's last name? Ed used to be at Bowie State years ago, and at one time he was at Delaware State. I can't think of Ed's last name, but I think I read he's going to retire at Morgan State.
So basically, the WNIT looks at teams that were the highest regular season finishers in their conference that did not receive a bid into the NCAA tournament or the WBIT.
Right.
Which, when we looked at the overall for regular season, I want to say Jackson State finished what, 4th? It was that lost to Valley, basically. So, can somebody please help me understand why Texas Southern was the automatic qualifier for the... I don't understand that. So automatic qualifier teams that were the highest regular season finishers in their conference that did not receive a bid into the NCAA tournament. So Texas Southern was in 3rd, and then A&M was in 2nd, and we were 4th.
So how did Texas Southern get the AQ? Over
regular season finishers in their conference. I guess because the choice between the regular season would be Southern is supposed to win the actual tournament, I'm guessing. But like if they win, they're the first seed, so if they win the tournament, or excuse me, their regular season they finished in 1st, so technically they're supposed to win the
tournament, the conference tournament.
Hey,
so,
Bro Jerome.
Yes, sir.
Now, for Southern going to that first round, how much do they get? 2 million, 3 million? What do they get for that?
They're going to be in the first 4, right?
So what they get?
Not the women? No, they don't get as much as the men.
So what will they get?
So I know the amount increases per tournament win. I haven't looked it up in some years, but previously, the amount that your school and the conference split is pretty substantial.
So
but I'm
talking
pretty
$1
sure.
million?
No.
So for the women, it's going to be 100,000.
100,000?
Yep, for women.
That's all?
Yep.
Okay, what about Alabama State? How much will they get for?
Now they ain't gonna get $1 million. They gonna get 2 million.
Hey, isn't that don't you call that pay discrimination? You gonna get a million, and you don't get a women with 100,000? Isn't that pay discrimination?
Please don't do that. They'll mess around and say, "Well, how about we just give you guys nothing?" It says women's March Madness, 200 million less than the men. That's so crazy. So each of the 132 unit up for grabs are worth about $2 million.
That's the women?
No, that's the men. 2 million.
Okay, so how much is it for the women?
100,000.
Are you sure, Mr. Mona?
Yes. Do you want me to pull up the article? You know I do my research. Whenever you ask,
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
You only get 100,000?
Yes. It says the NCAA will award $15 million to conferences for sending more than one women's program to the big dance, and additional funds for programs that survive and advance. Next year, the pool will increase to $20 million, and in 2027, it'll go up to $25 million. After that, the pool will increase by 2.9% per year, the same amount as the men's. The women's format will mirror the men's payout distribution. All conferences will receive a payout for being tournament eligible. Then conferences earn 1 unit for each team that makes the big dance, with the exception of the automatic qualifier, the conference tournament champion. What do you mean with the exception? What the fuck does that mean? Does that mean if you automatically qualify, you don't get shit? This year, a unit is worth about $100,000. Did you see that? It says, with the exception of the automatic qualifier. I don't know what that means. Does that mean you don't get no money? It says the unit system was a recommendation made in the Kaplan, Heckle, and Fink Gender Equity Report in 2021. The governing body didn't implement the system right away. However, saying the unit system had to derive from a more lucrative women's media rights deal. The NCAA got its package in 2024, inking a deal with ESPN for 40 championships that values the women's tournament at $65 million per year. I mean, they're not making no money. But you know what? The way that this administration works, I wouldn't be saying nothing.
Yeah,
We lucky to even have, they might cut that off and say y'all need to be learning how to cook, not playing basketball. It gets sticky. So, yeah. So we have a lot. It's interesting to see that there's a lot more women's teams that get the chance. Don't they have more men's postseason invitationals than just that? I thought they have another basketball tournament. It's like on the beach.
It was like the CBI, like something.com tournament.
Yeah, they had more than one. So,
because I remember Jackson State was in one, and we had a nice deep run in that tournament. We ended up losing to.
that had to be when Lindsey Hunter was there.
Nah, this was, I want to say, Grant Maxey in like 2008 or 2009. We ended up losing to Grand Canyon out of Phoenix. But we had a nice little run in that tournament. Like
that's not the year you beat UConn, is it?
No. This was like 2008 or 2009.
Okay.
Yeah. But
yeah, they
were
have like
making
Cleveland State, Jacksonville, UC Riverside, FGCU, Northern Arizona, Queens, Army West Point. Elon got an invite.
Oh, Elon got an invite?
Yep. Incarnate Word, Manhattan, Presbyterian, and Illinois State. And then they said that there was 16 teams. It's supposed to be 16, but only 12 took an invite. Because that's the thing. Sometimes when they don't make it, they do not accept. Like if they don't make the big dance, they don't participate in the other ones. They'll get an invite and then they'll pass on it.
Do you think it's because the big tournament pays for all expenses and the other tournaments don't?
I mean, yeah. That would be a contributing factor, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But I think considering, the budget cuts a lot of these programs are looking at, and just, I guess, but then when you look at the viewership for the NIT, it's typically pretty high. And then you, of course, you have the national championship, which is in Madison Square Garden.
Right.
I would think any school would want to get that type of, uh, marketing.
I mean, I like the idea that they have more than one postseason. It's just a matter of, like you said, marketing, and then like getting the information out there on that Sunday, because if it starts on Thursday, you're going to have to get folks traveling, or you already fixed one. I just saw you. Go to bed, Brad. I got to get off of here because he didn't go to sleep. He took a nap on the way from Atlanta. So now he's up. Yeah.
Well,
So
before you go, I want to ask both of you a question because it's something I've been looking at, and I'm sick and tired of Stephen A. Smith, and I'm sick and tired of Charles Barkley. I think both of them are Uncle Toms. They get on my nerves, and I despise both of them. And I just wanted to hear what you and Brother Jerome got to say about them two guys. What do
wait,
y'all
why do
think
you
about
think Charles Barkley is? Why do you think he's
he gets on my nerve. Both of them, they talk, and you can tell they talking to make sure they don't offend the white power structure. They get on my nerves. And so I want to hear somebody. What do y'all think about that?
I mean,
For me,
you go ahead, Jerome.
I honestly have not. I kind of tuned them both out.
Yeah, that's
I heard. Yeah, I haven't heard too much about Barkley, but as far as Stephen A., the way that he sided with Prime, with the whole Jackson State situation, that just kind of turned me off. In addition to, all the other Black celebrities and radio hosts that said some disparaging things about JSU. I've seen a lot of folks say this, have similar sentiments about Stephen A. But I think, for him to be one of the only Black male pundits or whatever he is on, analysts on ESPN, he probably feels like he has to coon a little bit.
Yeah, he does a lot of that.
Yeah. And, there's been quite a few folks from his own alma mater that don't care for him because he, when he was a student there, he said some disparaging things about Big House games.
Yes, he did. I remember.
Yeah, so that might just be in his DNA.
So I think that Stephen A. Smith has only started really getting the smoke since he made those comments about LeBron's son. How they let you coon for so long and you get by with it. He's only really getting this real big heat and backlash since talking about LeBron as a father, I guess, and basically insinuating the nepotism that took place, even though he would never call out any other nepotism. He would never call out Manning or any other athlete who's utilized their name to get their son or their cousin or their brother on. So for me, I think that there's some changes that are taking place at these different sports networks. They're kind of transitioning. That's why it's interesting to see all of these sports journalists or sports commentators. They are moving to more of a podcast feel and look. You know how you would say a podcast or feel needs to be what you would see on ESPN. Now we're seeing ESPN and Fox move to more of a podcast format. And so I think he's just trying to, stay afloat because they're chopping folks left and right. So I don't really know that much about Charles Barkley or what he said negative about. I haven't really heard anything, Mr. Ford, about Charles Barkley.
I've despised him for years.
They said that he's country dumb, and I think
I can't stand him. Makes me sick.
He makes you sick.
Makes me sick.
Mr.
Is
Ford,
he originally from Alabama?
Huh?
Is he originally from
Well, Mr. Ford, what do you think about this upcoming draft? What do we have to look forward to? The
NFL.
NFL draft, yeah.
Well, I've said all along, I'm with that kid, and I've told somebody this before. When it comes to that, the kid that was at the University of Miami, that Cam Ward
Cam
kid,
Ward.
I think that kid should be the number one draft. And I tell everybody that kid is better than Shadua. I'm a Shadua fan, but that kid is better than Shadua. Yeah. If I had the
I
choice
don't know
between,
now.
listen, you give me the choice between Shadua and Cam, I'm taking Cam.
Shador has never had an offensive line. I'll just say that.
Well, but I'm just saying, just at the quarterback position, if I'm GM and it's between Cam Ward and Shador, I'm taking Cam Ward.
I think Shador, mind-wise, he edges Cam Ward out, right? But athletically, Cam has Shador beat, right? That's what I feel. I feel like it just depends on what you're looking for. Shador Sanders has always modeled his game after Tom Brady.
And I get that. But I'm just saying, I think if you add up all the intangibles, you got to go with Cam Ward. That's an it factor. Both of them got the it factor, but I think Cam's is a little bit bigger.
But then again, you also have to know, even if you are going to if you are the first round pick, guess where you're going? You're going to the worst team in the NFL.
And who is that?
What is it, Titans? The Titans get first round? Who?
Listen, Cam Ward helped turn them around.
You gotta have if I'm Shador, I mean, yeah, you want to go first for the accolades, but if I'm Shador, I don't want to go to a team who's very bad to where they don't have an offensive line developed. I don't think who hasn't developed an offensive line in years and they just trade their players off and their players do better. The Panthers. I have not seen the Panthers build an offensive line since even when Cam Newton was here.
I was about to say now, listen, the word is y'all got one of the worst owners in the country. That guy that owns the Panthers. Now, I don't know if I shared this with you, but the word is that he wants to trash that Panther organization. So Lewis.
Oh, well, he's doing a good job. And he's doing a really good job of trashing it. There's no way that you could be bottom of the barrel for that many years and you're not able to build a team. And then whenever you get talent, you send them off. Some of the people that he sent off, I was like, are they tanking on purpose? What is happening? You had Sam Darnold. Who else did we have? Somebody damn near went to the Super Bowl from the Panthers regime in the last 3 or 4 years. What's that name that went to San Francisco?
Was it Christian McCaffrey?
Yes, McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey. Yeah.
Sam Darnold. Literally all of the quarterbacks that left from the Panthers, they did well elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, we can go all the way back to, after that Super Bowl season, the previous owner, I forgot his name, but
Jerry Richardson. Jerry Richardson.
Yeah, he began to chop up the team as well. And then that's when Cam started getting hurt because he didn't have an offensive line anymore.
I didn't understand that. What the hell is going on?
Well, from a business standpoint, Charlotte market, it's decent, but it's not one of the larger markets like Chicago, New York, Houston, all that. Right. So you're looking at pay, and then you're looking at also. I remember talking to an investor the year that the Panthers had that really great season. They went to Super Bowl. He was saying that
greatest year of my life. That was the greatest year of my life. When I tell you the whole city was on, we lost only one game that whole season for the regular season. That was an amazing year. 2015.
Yeah, I
I
remember
thought the
talking to
greatest
an
year of your
investor.
life was while you was
Huh?
I thought that life would be one of them years Jackson State.
No, we're talking about my adulthood life.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
great. Charlotte was fantastic. That's when we had CI. That's when you had Panthers was winning. You had CIAA. You had, I want to say that's the year Diddy party got shot up, but it just
Ooh.
and we had All Star. Didn't we have All Star in that year too?
Yeah, I remember when y'all had that. I don't know what year it was, but I
Yeah,
remember
All
that.
Star, CIAA, and we was winning in football. It just, just a beautiful time.
And
What
was Johnson C. Smith winning?
No, Johnson C. Smith won this year. I don't remember
Oh,
them
okay.
winning for it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jerome. So but Charlotte's growing though, so I think it's a doable thing, right?
So it's tough to sustain. So I remember talking to an investor that year. He was saying, hey, whether the Panthers win or lose, the fact that they made it to the Super Bowl, he was saying like everything in Charlotte's about to go up. They come to like cost of living, et cetera. So I kind of felt like, so when I saw the next year how they were just kind of cutting up the team, I remember Tolbert left and I think not Musa Muhammad, it was somebody, it was a wide receiver. Then they got rid of another running back. They were just chopping up the team, and I was like, okay, it seems like they want the team to fail for just from an economic standpoint. So yeah, they're doing a horrible job as a franchise, but I don't know.
So I think that I really want Sanders to go to the Raiders because that'll be awesome, right?
It would be.
We got
They got Geno Smith, right?
Who got Geno? When did Geno
I
Smith
thought Geno
leave the
Smith was
Seahawks?
going to the Raiders.
He leaving the Seahawks?
Yeah.
What?
The Seahawks have got Sam Darnold, right?
Sam Darnold that was asked at the Carolina
With the Vikings.
Panthers?
Yeah.
Raiders got
But
Geno.
the Vikings didn't sign him, so he's gone.
Geno. Okay, get some water and then go to bed. The old thirsty trick. Mr. Ford. So Geno Smith, older.
Yeah, but Geno Smith is with the Raiders.
He's older though. And what does that mean? That means that they're not gonna. Did they give him a lot of money or something?
I saw the amount. I can't.
I mean, I still would draft. I would still draft. Didn't they do the same thing with Penix and what's that quarterback that they want to let go in Atlanta?
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, they still drafted Penix and
he's a pimp. Kirk Cousins is a pimp.
Wait, what do you mean he's a pimp? He's playing a role like
he got what did he get? $180 million contract, and he ain't worth nothing. He's a pimp.
He pimped the game.
He pimped the Falcons, baby.
Geno is a top 12 quarterback. I would definitely still draft Shador to the Raiders. The thing is, you just got that man all up in your business, and he's always trying to control. He's like a control freak.
Who is that?
Dion. He always trying to control stuff. Like, I want my son to go here. I wish you would sit down and let your son go on his own. Like, he don't need your help.
Yeah, daddy ball is over.
He grown ass man. Sit your ass down.
Daddy ball is over.
Because it doesn't look good. I don't know. I feel like at this point, sir, it's time for you to sit down somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're just jealous because a father figure, they don't say nothing when white people do it. Well, one thing that it is white people do these things behind closed doors. They're not doing it on ESPN, on front and center. The conversations that are being had, just like they're done over lunch and in private rooms. They're not done on ESPN where you tell us about how great your son is and how he deserves this, and that, and racism. It doesn't look good for Shador, and it's not setting him up for success.
Do you think Dion want to stay in Boulder? Because I don't think he wants to be out there.
I don't think he does. I honestly feel like if an NFL team gave him a shot within the last couple months, he would have taken it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like I don't think any franchise wants that circus, because he's a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you totally.
They keep posting about how he can't have his religion, looking for his way out. I mean, you're stuck in this contract. You took the contract. You stuck for at least one more year. You can't buy these folks out. But he said that they have a quarterback at the Cowboys, and so that's why he didn't take that job, because they weren't going to draft Shador, and Shador play right away.
Now, is that the truth or is that a lie?
It's
now,
what,
he's a habitual liar.
And what about Shiloh?
Shiloh is going to the XFL, probably.
Ouch.
Yeah.
He's not getting drafted.
No, I'm like you. I think he'll go.
Or he'll go the 6th round. And if you go in the 6th round, boy, you could have stayed at Jackson State for that.
That's what I'm saying.
You could have stayed over with Big D for that if you getting drafted in the 6th or 7th round. Hell, you could have stayed over here and got drafted if you're going to do all that.
He got that degree.
Huh?
I said he got that D degree, so that's cool.
Yo, they said he'll get a camp invite. I think he'll be playing for the I think that he'll be playing for the Cowboys. Which, I mean, Shiloh getting drafted. In what world is Shiloh getting drafted in the 6th or 7th round? He might get
drafted
as Mr. Irrelevant.
If he was getting drafted, he would have been invited to that combine.
Isaiah Bolden didn't get invited.
Huh?
Isaiah Bolden didn't get invited to the combine. He got drafted.
Yeah, Isaiah, but that's the
But he didn't get invited to any of those postseason games either, because at least
it's a whole lot of difference between Isaiah Bolden and Shiloh Sanders now.
NFLPA bowl. At least he had a bowl game. Mr. Irrelevant was recently in a Super Bowl. See, he might get drafted as a Mr. Irrelevant or something like that. Watch the Falcons do something stupid and draft him. I feel like they were wasting draft picks after the 6th round or after the 5th round that you just pick out of a hat, right? And they have these little storylines and stuff like that. I think Shiloh can get drafted. It'll be 6th or 7th round though, but it's still getting drafted. No, undrafted free agent. Damn, they're saying he's getting drafted as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Well, we'll see, because you never know who look at it might owe Dion a favor.
I'm just excited because I know that Travis Hunter and Shador is going to be like, shout out to Jackson State. And I'm going to be like, yeah, Jackson State, Big D. And then we're going to hear all the think pieces. Oh, they transferred from an HBCU. They don't count, even though they've been counting kids that transfer out for years. Tank Dell.
Yeah, I remember Tank Dell.
You know
Tank
who
Dell went to Alabama A&M.
Yep. Do you know who I really think is going to be drafted possibly in the 4th round?
Who is that?
Carson Benson. I really think he's going 4th round, maybe late 3rd round or 4th round. I really do.
Now where's Carson Benson from?
Carson. I hope I'm saying his name right. I hope it's not Vincent Carson. It might be Vincent Carson.
What was his what undergraduate? What school?
He's from Alabama A&M. That offensive
Oh
guard.
yeah, that big offensive line. Oh yeah,
Here, I'm
yeah.
gonna show you. The
Oh,
NFL
oh,
posted him
oh yeah.
on the NFL posted him on their Twitter.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yesterday.
He could possibly be drafted.
Oh
Hey,
no,
by the way,
he
have you heard
is.
anything from
He is gonna be.
Maynard?
He is gonna be drafted. It just depends on where, because he's.
Listen, you heard anything from Cornell Maynard?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
They're saying Vincent will go 3rd round. I really do. I think he's gonna go high. This is him on the actual. This is not like this is the NFL page. You know how many folks that they did interviews with and stuff like that on the at the NFL Combine. They literally. He's not going 3rd round, probably 5th or 6th. No, if you look at his measurables, I want to say. What is that thing called that we was looking at last year, Mr. Ford?
What's it?
Where they grade, they do like an overall grade based off of measurables and all this other stuff. I forgot what it's called. It's like they put it in a computer and they say like out of 10 what you're ranked. 9.39. Here it is right here. I'll pull that up in just a second. But this is basically an interview. Here it is right here. All right, I'll do this first and then I'll show you guys this thing. So this is Carson Vincent. He ranks a 9.39 out of 10 for athletic. So his height, 6'7". That's 8.91. His 40-yard dash, he ran a 5.12. His 3-cone, he did really well in the 3-cone, 8.8. And his broad, he did well on the broad, 8.94. So he had a 9.39 ranking overall.
He should get drafted. He'll be drafted.
And he actually has his pro day this week. I want to say Wednesday, maybe Wednesday. And Alabama A&M is the only HBCU to have an official NFL like on the NFL schedule. Usually Florida A&M is up there, but you know, since they made those coaching changes, Florida A&M is not on there. But usually you have Florida A&M, but Alabama A&M has an official pro day this year on the NFL schedule. So that means that a lot of scouts are going to go there. And of course, they're going to be looking at Carson Vincent. So this is him. That's why I said I think he's going to get drafted.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you.
Because they're kind of like highlighting him. So this is him. The NFL, I guess they did some type of test. And this is just them posting him.
I'm tasting him. What are talking about? Two blues ain't gonna be beside each other. Oh, just like that. You see how that works? Two blues still ain't gonna be beside each other.
Mr. Moan, I'm gonna have to move on. You know, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
All right.
When are you coming back?
Don't quote me, Mr. Ford.
Huh?
I said, don't quote me. Don't be asking me that question. Maybe Saturday.
Maybe next Saturday.
No, I'm gonna have to come on this week because
that's what I'm talking about, man.
Of,
Y'all messed me up with them two blues.
I have to give the update on the basketball.
Okay, so we're talking Tuesday? Or Thursday?
Probably Thursday.
Okay.
Tuesday will only be if they announce that Jackson State's going to be in a post tournament. Then I'll go live on Tuesday.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay, good night. Have a good one.
Okay, y'all, I'm going to play this one right here.
I think y'all was going to go two blues in a row. That's a little smart right there. Yeah, y'all caught me off guard, bro. Appreciate it. I'm tasting him. What are they talking about? Two blues ain't going to be beside each other. Oh, just like that. You see how that works? Two blues still ain't gonna be beside each other. We're gonna put this back. Two blues might be beside each other. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. Y'all messed me up with them two blues. I didn't think y'all was gonna go two blues in a row. That's a little smart right there. Yeah, y'all caught me off guard, bro. Appreciate it.
So T be knocked out cold at 5 a.m. What? T, come on earlier for us 5 a.m. riser show. Oh, okay. I just came from Atlanta, so that's why I was late. Yeah. So anyway, come on. The reason why I don't come on is because I gotta put my son to sleep. I bet you he's in his room playing. Or you know what? He's probably on his tablet. All right, y'all. Everybody have a good night and a blessed night. Stay safe. Have a great Monday. Dang, you got to get up at 5 a.m.? I got to get up at 7. When did Ladarius become an Alabama A&M? Like, do you have like a sub type of degree from them? I never seen you be so gung-ho about Alabama A&M. Spray some sleep spray and make him take some magnesium. Revolution over romance. Consciousness over the cookies. Okay, Dr. Umar. Braxton, you're going to have a rough day tomorrow. A rough day. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. Everybody be blessed. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y'all have a good night. And the message of the week.
Yeah, man, hey, write a check your ass in cash, man. That's all I can say.
I've had some good days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I can tell the clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. But He is so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world, I could learn to win.